I got accepted into Ringling College of Art and Design for computer animation with the faculty scholarship. Sadly, I can't attend because even with all the other scholarships I got, I still need around $200,000. So yeah, can't exactly go, but I can show y'all the portfolio that got me in and give you guys some tips and tricks at the end to make your stuff really shine. I submitted 18 pieces, 10 of which were digital. The first piece I submitted, and my strongest piece, was this astronaut titled Wonder. This is a mixed media piece made using pencil, watercolor, oil pastel, and acrylic paint. Fun fact, this piece was actually featured in a local gallery and it even won me an award. These next two pieces, Confidence and Urgency, are both traditionally made with just a pencil. I focused a lot on the shading around the people in these to show I had a firm grasp on how lighting works. I also included 3 figure drawing pieces. Female figure drawings and male figure drawings were both made digitally on Procreate, while Elegance was made traditionally with pencil. Next, I threw in some hand and feet studies. Fun fact, I drew this foot study in the middle of class with the reference on full brightness in front of a ton of people. No shame. I focused a lot on the structure of the foot while also paying special attention to how the lighting interacts with the skin. For my digital hand piece, I'll be honest, I made this like 2 years ago and it's probably one of the weaker pieces I submitted, but like it looks cool. The other hand studies I submitted are pretty simple. Again, I just focused on the overall structure of the hands so it didn't look like a blob. I submitted 2 still life pieces, Pumpkin, a traditional piece, and Metallic, a digital piece. Pumpkin is easy to explain. It's just a pumpkin. I did the usual still life stuff, you know, like draw what you see, focus on lighting. But for Metallic, I focused a lot more on textures, as you can see in the tangerine and all the reflections against the metal. Next, I made sure to include some environmental pieces as well. We have Classroom Observation and Perspective Interior, which were both made digitally. Classroom Observation was probably the hardest piece to make because it was based off what I saw while sitting in my economics class. There was no photo reference. I just sat down in class for 2 hours and drew everything I saw. I also made sure to include my okay animal drawing skills. There's not much to say here. They were just some quick sketches I did because I felt like I had to include animals in my portfolio. These next 2 pieces weren't made with the whole portfolio in mind, and they were just some normal art of mine. Up first is Burger from Hell, which was an art piece for my friend's birthday of his 7 and 7 Roblox redesign, and the turnaround was just because I wanted a reference sheet for my Sona's old design. Okay, that's all the pieces covered. Now I'll show them all on screen one last time before we move on to tips. Tip number 1, if you're applying for animation, don't include any animation in your portfolio. I know it sounds a little wow, but I had several one-on-one portfolio review sessions with people from Ringling, and the one thing they drilled into my head was to have your portfolio focus on fundamentals to prove you know how to draw. Cause like, they'll teach you how to animate from scratch over there, but what they're not gonna do is teach you how to draw a foot, because you should know that already. Tip number 2, do as many figure drawings as possible. Like I said, they really want to see you know how to draw and that you know your fundamentals, and figure drawings are a great way to prove that you know your stuff. If you're struggling to find references, the website lineofaction.com is what I use to practice figure drawings, and it works wonders. I have a short going more in depth about the website, so I'll link it in the description. Final tip, start working on your portfolio early. One thing I left out of the video so far is that like 90% of the pieces I submitted were made in 1 month because I decided to apply to Ringling at the last second. I stressed myself out to hell for 1 month just drawing every single day for 12 hours straight, so don't do what I did. And if you are set on applying, there's no better time to start your portfolio than right now. Well, after you subscribe, obviously. Hey, wait, where are you going? Hey, come back. I didn't mean right this second. Wait. Ah! First long-form video in a few years. Woohoo! Yeah, let's go! For those of you that are new here, I'm SCANOLii. You can call me Scan. I'm an animator and VTuber. I stream like literally every single day. I also post short videos and animation memes. If you're into any of that stuff, especially if you like VTubers, you guys should like, totally subscribe. Follow me on all my socials. Links in the description. That'd be like super duper cool. I plan to maybe start making like long-form story times again soon, see if I like making them, hopefully. Yeah, so I hope to see you around. Okay, bye!